نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وبعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما. Alhamdulillah, we are going to start our Harf of Nasab study today. We are already done with our fragment study, and we have done Java Majroor fragment, Idafa fragment, and Ism Ishara wa Musharul Ilayh fragment, and just like that, we are going to start with our study of fragment that is Harf of Nasab wa Ismuha. So we know that the kalima has three types, ism, fail, and harf. And the words that we find in a Quran either be ism, fail, or it can be a harf. And there are two types of harf, harf mabni and harf minor. What are harf mabni? Harf mabni makes those are the harf that makes a words like ism and fail. They are all like a, ba, ta, sa, jim, ha, just like that. They make words. They can be ism, they can be fail, any word. But harf minor are the words which makes some sense, like Min, ila, kali, these are harf of jar, and now today, as we are going to learn about harf of nasab as well. So they are all harf minor. And all those words which make or construct words are harf mabni. So let's see what is our harf of nasab. Here we these are all fragments that we have done so far. Alhamdulillah. So let's see what is harf of nasab wa suha. Last time, you know that we learned about what makes the word nasab, like make when a word has a fatha, it is nasab word, which is called a mansoob. So there are some conditions or there are some ways in which the words are made into nasab state. So harf of nasab is one of the state or is one of the way to make a word into a nasab form. So just like all other fragments, this fragment is also consist of two parts. The first part is called the harf of nasab, and the second part will be in the state of nasab, and that we will call a mansoob. And there is another thing that ismuha, ism and ha. This is two words, ism or ha. Ism ha or ismuha is the ism of the harf of the nasab. And what is this ha referring back to? This ha is referring back to the harf of nasab. Means the harf of nasab and wa and its ism, ismuha. For that harf of nasab, because the harf of nasab puts the ism that comes after it in the nasab state. So that will be mansoob. That word will be mansoob. Okay, so one thing we must note for the harf of nasab and its ism, that is something that is different from jar majroor fragment, that in which the we know that how do we make or we construct a jar majroor fragment. That a harf of jar and the ism after it they are always together. They are not far apart, but in the harf of nasab and is some fragment, we can see a distance between them. A harf of nasab can never be alone. Remember that thing. A harf of nasab can never be alone. It will always have an ism. And if you will not find a word, a ism that is in the nasab state, don't get confused because in cases there where the ism is directly followed by a harf of nasab, but there are sometimes that this fragment is because we know that, and this is very easy to spot and construct. We can find a harf of nasab and the next word which is in the which is mansoob or in the state of nasab. It is very to locate it, or it is very easy to find it, that it's a harf of nasab and it's ism. But sometimes, as I told you, there are cases where the ism directly follows the harf of nasab. This fragment is very easy to spot and construct. In cases where something does come between the two parts, uh, uh, just like or simply look at the first word in the nasab state and ignore everything in between. And what comes in between? It sometimes it can be a jar majrur fragment or a mudaf or anything. It can come between a harf of nasab and its ism. Remember, as I told you, that a harf of nasab is never alone. It is never alone. It will always have has an ism. You have to find your ism in your sentence. The sentence that you are looking at, the nasab and ism will always be there. Maybe, unlike a jar majroor, it can be far. It may not be together. They may not be together, but there must be an ism that will be in the nasab state. So let's go find it how uh, we can find an nasab. Okay, first here's the list of harf of nasab. Uh, inna anna ka anna, laita lakinna la Allah, bi anna li anna. So there's the list. Inna means certainly, anna that, ka'anna as though, later if only, lakinna however, la Allah so that, hopefully or maybe, be anna because, li anna because. So this is the list of the huruf of nasab, and inshallah, we will see some examples in which we will see how they work. And as I told you, isim, the harf of nasab and isim might not be together, just like jar majrur fragment, because they are together. You always find a jar and its isim or its a next word majrur uh, together, but in harf of nasab you might not find them together. Here are some examples in which you find them together in the Quran. Inna rabbaka alimun hakim. Inna rabbaka alimun hakim. See here, inna, this is the harf of nasab, and rabbaka, rabba. This is, what is this? This is the mudaf and mudaf ilayh. But here, we can see this here, the mudaf is in the nasab state. It is mansoob. Why? Because of this inna, this harf of nasab. Inna rabbaka alimun hakim. Next example is inna Allah alimun hakim. See here, the harf of nasab and is ismuha is in the state of nasab. It's mansoob. The lafzul jalala is in the state of nasab. Inna Allah alimun hakim. The next example is anna lahum ajran kabira. And anna lahum ajran kabira. Anna, it's ism. Where is it ism? Lahum ajran kabira. So here is lahum is its ism? No, lahum is not is ism. Why? Because I told you, you might find you might find a gap or a distance between the harf of nasab and its ismuha. Okay, so this is the jar majroor fragment lahum. All right, as I told you, anything can come between a harf of nasab. It's unlike jar majroor in which you find them together always. Harf of nasab and its ismuha can have distance between them. So here, ismuha is ajran. And here again we see some other fragment. Actually, this whole sentence is very interesting because we can find three fragments together. Harf of nasab wa ismuha, the Mawsuf and Sifa fragment, and also the Jar Majur fragment. See here, Anna and its Ismuha Ajran is Mansub, it's in Nasab form. Anna Ajran. Okay, and then here this is the Mawsuf Sifa. Here this is Mawsuf and Sifa. And we can see that they both agree in four properties of Ism. They are in full agreement with each other. Like the first, the status, number, gender, and type. Status, they both are mansub. Number, they both are singular. Gender, they both are masculine. And then the type, and they both are nakira. Ajran, kabira. So this is the mawsuf and sifa fragment. Another jar majrur fragment. La is the harf of jar, and whom is majroor, lahum. So we can see this example when the harf of nasab and ismuha do not come together. There is a fragment between them. Anna lahum ajran kabira. So just like that, this is a small sentence, but you can find a long distance between a harf of nasab and its ism. The next example is ka'annaka hafiyun anha. Ka'annaka. Ka'anna is the harf of nasab and ka is its ismuha. Its ism. Ka'annaka hafiyun anha. So these are the examples of harf of nasab and ismuha. Inshallah, whenever now you are going to open. Okay, inshallah, we are going to end the recording. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha